The chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Farenthold, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I know we've talked a lot about this today, but I feel obliged on the account of the folks that I represent are always asking me about this to say there is a real concern out there in Texas, certainly, and I think around the nation, that we've got a special counsel who's working 24/7 investigating the Trump administration, yet the Department of Justice, through various witnesses we've had up here, has basically not been able to confirm or deny what investigations, if any, are going on with respect to the potential misdeeds of the Clinton campaign and their dealings with Russia, be it through Uranium One, various speaking engagements for former President Clinton, and the like. And again, I'm not asking you to break that confidentiality, but I am suggesting that there are a lot of people out there who will be sadly disappointed if there isn't an investigation and who may actually, or who do actually think that there ought to be a special prosecutor or a special counsel appointed to look at the other side. So instead of beating that dead horse, I'm going to beat another one that I've been talking a lot about, and that's specifically the DOJ's opposition to the USA Liberty Act. Why is it so hard? Why is it a warrant requirement so difficult to deal with on your part? We understand the need to have exigent circumstances where things get looked at quickly, but it's like the FISA court and this whole process of obtaining things for foreign intelligence purposes to stop terrorists are being rolled into more normal mainstream criminal investigations where traditionally there's been a need for a warrant. Why is it so difficult to get a warrant? In many cases, you can create the necessary probable cause and paperwork in a matter of hours, if not minutes. There are judges on call 24/7 to look at these things. Why is it such a problem, and why are y'all opposed to it?
I believe, I don't want to duplicate Director Wray's comments about this, Congressman. I wish, actually, that you could join us in the department and see how we go about our work, and I think that would actually enhance public confidence. The public sees when things go wrong. They don't see the 99.9% of the time, as Congressman Marino pointed out, when things go right, and it would be burdensome. And I certainly respect and I understand the concerns, Congressman, and I think those are serious concerns, and we're going to do everything that we can to try to reassure people about it. But I can simply tell you, and it would take me a lot longer than the time that you have to explain the full process, but I believe Director Wray is correct about this, and the national security community, I know many folks who were involved pre-9/11 and post-9/11 have spoken up about how important it is for us to have this tool, because we do not want to be in a position again as we were in 9/11, when people said, why didn't the FBI put these facts all together and figure out about this threat before the terrorists attacked? So that's the basis, Congressman, and I can assure you that if it were easy to do with a warrant, I'd be in favor of it, but it's not, and I believe that we have appropriate safeguards in place and that we have people who are responsible, who are conducting these investigations and are going to avoid infringing Americans' rights. That's our primary concern. Attorney General Sessions has made that one of his priorities, to make sure that there are no violations of Americans' rights. And I do not believe the program as it exists represents a violation of anyone's rights.
Well, you and I may respectfully disagree on whether it violates folks' rights or not. I agree we've got to fight terrorism, but there's a reason the Fourth Amendment was included in the Constitution. Finally, I just want to touch for a second on cybersecurity. I used to run a computer consulting company, and you've heard about breaches all throughout the public and private sector. Can you just give me an overview quickly about what y'all are doing with respect to that, and what, if anything, Congress needs to do to help you?
It would be hard for me to do it quickly, Congressman, because we do have a lot of resources, both the SBI and other agencies, that are protecting against the cyber threat. It's a significant threat. We face both an intelligence threat from hostile foreign governments and also a criminal threat. from people who try to break into our systems to commit crimes and defraud Americans. And so it's a very challenging issue, as you know from your experience. Technology continues to evolve, and we need to stay a step ahead of the capabilities of our adversaries and of criminals. So the FBI does have a lot of resources devoted to that. I testified about our budget a couple of months ago, and I think that's going to be an area where we will need increasing support from the Congress to make sure that we keep up with our adversaries.
I see my time has expired. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.